The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, the stock market is a little volatile. Should you put your money in real estate as an investment tool? Great question. It's just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life. Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room with my attorney advice throughout the way. Any questions whatsoever during the program, the phone number is right there on the screen, 407-205-0400. You want to get pre-approved for that dream home? You want to go house hunting? This weekend, Dallas Lehman can get you pre-approved and will do his damnedest to get you there. 407-205-0400. Really a terrific show ahead for you on this beautiful Saturday. But first, the opening statement. People ask me constantly, Justin, the real estate market is a mess. I've been seeing all the headlines on Fox News. It's crashing. Is it a good idea to invest in real estate right now? You can probably tell by how I said that I think it is a great idea. I think real estate is still a great investment idea for you, especially in the state of Florida, especially in Central Florida. I've never seen such an influx of people coming here, and I've been cautioning you, and I will continue to do so. National articles about real estate simply don't apply in this bubble that is Florida. And this bubble, even within Florida, that is Central Florida, that has people coming from not just the rest of the country, ladies and gentlemen. People are coming here from the rest of the world. The next question I get all the time is, well, Justin, why in the world would I buy a house right now when mortgage rates are 5, 6, 7%, and they were 2.5% a year and a half ago? And those are all wonderful questions that you have. Questions that we're going to answer by asking real questions. Every weekend here on the show, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. We will kick it off today. To my right, good friend, frequent visitor, Dallas Lehman. You have Mortgage Dallas. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Great to be back. Thanks, Justin.
You too, brother. Always good to see you. And for the first time, a friend of Dallas's, Candace Griffin, joins me. Candace, how are you?
Fantastic.
Good to see you.
Happy to be here.
And Candace, since you haven't been here before, let me start with you. Griffin Investment Strategies, what do you do exactly?
I'm basically a problem solver.
Oh, okay.
So really, whenever it comes to investment type properties, I work closely with Dallas to handle some of the most difficult situations that come across the board. I pride myself on, I think I probably hate myself a little bit because I'm like, bring me all the difficult things. If you can't figure it out, I can crack the code. So if it's a good deal and if it should be done, and if we all know it should be done, with Dallas, I can make it happen.
Yeah, I pride myself on giving accurate information on this show. So sometimes people think, oh, Justin, you're just saying it's a good market because you want to say that. I don't have any reason to tell you that. I'm saying that I'm still bullish on this real estate market because I am. That's how I feel. But Candace, you can disagree with me if you want. What are your feelings on this real estate market as we sit here together today?
Well, it's twofold, right? So you have two things happening, and this is why I don't think we're going to see prices dip too much. And I'm seeing it come across my desk every day, right? And that is, unfortunately, with credit card debt increasing, mortgage payments being missed, and if they don't call the guy you were talking to earlier and they really missed the boat, then they're in a situation where real estate investors are chomping at the bit to buy their properties. And they are relentless, and they are creative, and they're ready. So that, I believe, will help keep home prices elevated to a certain extent.
Yeah, I agree totally. In Dallas, you obviously are an expert, I would say, in the mortgage world. You've been doing mortgages for a very, very long time. And people are mad at you right now. They're like, dude, it was 2.5% a year and a half ago, and they're probably mad at you because they didn't buy then. But if you look at historical rates, how are we sitting right now when you look at history of mortgage rates?
That's an outstanding point. Since they've been keeping track of mortgage rates, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, the national average for that figure is just below 8%. So let's just say 7.875. That's an average. Well, let's go back to the highest rates. We've seen 18.9% in 1981. So, it depends on when you buy a house. Well, I'd be mad too if I missed that boat, because I don't think we're going to get back there anytime soon with the 2.75, the 3%. That's really was an anomaly based on the economy.
Sure.
The nice thing right now, though, is, and you touched on it about this bubble, we're in a great bubble. People are moving here in the, let's say, roughly between 875 to 1,000 people a day.
It's crazy.
Right? They're coming here. New York, California, Wisconsin. And guess what? They're buying those homes. They don't balk. Let's talk about a loan I quoted yesterday. FHA 5.125%, 30-year fixed, no down, no discount points. The rates are there. We are at a time where right now rates are at a normal range. We're in the sixes for a regular, let's just say conventional. We are at a good time to buy, and guess what? The number one hedge traditionally against inflation is home ownership. 401ks are taking a dive, and that's not going to get any better for the next year and a half. That money is disappearing. Equity will hold. It goes up 3, 4, 5% a year traditionally on a home. Homes are out there, Central Florida, tons of land to develop. We are in a great place.
I totally agree. I think there are families or individuals out there, though, that just mentally, they can't wrap their head around. They could have gotten 3% last year. Now they're going to have to get a 6% rate. And I can, I understand that. I get that feeling, but I think that you're making a mistake if you don't go forward and purchase, especially your primary home right now. But there's a way, though, if you really can't get over that mentality, that you can buy down your rate. What does that mean exactly when
Absolutely.
you say buy down the rate?
Great point. Discount points are, 1% discount point is 1% of the loan amount. So just to use a very basic example of buying down the rate, let's say the rate of the day is 6.75, right. Nothing being done to it. For 1 discount point, if you buy that, and it's in your closing costs, 1% of the loan amount, that rate can come down maybe 0.5 point or 3/8 of a point or whatever. And you can continue to use that to buy down your rate. A very, very, very good tool. And remember, there's also maybe 0.5 discount point. 0.50, you can also use that. You don't have to go a full point. But this is being done through loan programs. I did it for my very first house that I bought in 1991. It's a great instrument, Justin, and a great way to buy down that rate is always a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of people who think that they don't qualify for a mortgage actually qualify. And this guy will put in the work. Sometimes it takes extra work from your mortgage broker to get you to that point, get you over some hurdles, and then you qualify. But inevitably, there's going to be some of us that don't qualify for a conventional mortgage or FHA or VA or whatever it is, the normal type mortgages. But there are private lenders out there, too, who can sometimes help you. And the rumor on the street, Candace, is you know something about private lending. Is that true?
I absolutely do.
All right, go ahead. What are you seeing out there?
So they are definitely able to step in and help, but their hands are tied sometimes whenever they're dealing with a homestead, right? It can be interesting, and that's why they need to utilize you and Dallas as a filter to say, you know what, you're a great candidate for this. We're going to solve this problem for you. I've seen you guys in action, obviously, or I wouldn't be sitting here today. And you're definitely the ones to call to sort that out.
So private lending, though, what sort of down payment do I need? What sort of rate do I get normally, on average? I know it varies.
It really just depends, right? But it's not something you want to use for a long time, right? So sometimes these are people lending outside of their 401ks. Sometimes what they're doing is they're becoming the bank for you, right? And oftentimes you're not going to get more than like 3 years out of that situation. So you want to make sure you're primed to handle whatever it is that you're facing, so that you can get back to Dallas's low rates and loving arms.
So someone's at home watching right now. Who calls you? Who's the person that calls you?
Well, a lot of people call me. Mostly it's investors, real estate. So if somebody gets into a jam on a commercial project, there's a variety of reasons why somebody would call someone like me. Lots of people don't ever anticipate that they are going to be turned down by the bank, right? They have over 800 credit score. They own multiple properties. I had a doctor come to me just last week, just deeply offended that his bank turned this down. And I was like, listen,
Right.
everyone should know this, right? You could be the perfect client for a bank. And they have thresholds that they have to stick to because of their shareholders and all the red tape and this, that, and the other. And that's when the banker says, but listen, call Candace. She'll help you get over, that scenario until we're in a position where you're not quite so leveraged in our institution. And then you can get back over here to our loving arms and low rates. That's a term I always tell them.
Yeah.
And I've got to tell you, quite honestly, it's a great story because this is a success story. It came through our office. I know you're busy, but one of our attorneys came to me and said, Dallas, we have somebody that's in a very, very tough, horrific loan situation. Can you do something for him? So I did speak with Candace. We took him from a 1-year program to a 3-year program. Absolutely got him in a much better place. And what Candace is saying, and well spoken, bottom line is we can get this person into this 3-year period where our team together can work on his credit, repair it, get him into a traditional loan in 1, 2, maybe 2 years at the most. But the nice thing is we never turn anybody down. With solutions like this, we always have an opportunity to place that loan, whether it's for a short period or for a little bit longer, to get them in a better place to do it. And we did a great job with that, Candace.
Well, I can tell you guys did a great job because I got a thank you card and I didn't even do anything. So I appreciate that. I'll take all the credit, but I didn't do anything at all. I got a nice thank you card from him. We did a good job on that. Dallas Lehman, excellent work as always.
Hopefully
the rates will stabilize, come down a little bit. I think ultimately we're not in a bad place. I really feel like we're at. Great to meet you, Candace. Dallas, good job. If you have any questions for these guys, 407-205-0400. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, 2 of my favorite agents from LPT will join us to talk about the residential real estate market right now. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it staying the same? How can you get a good deal right now as you have real estate? Continues. If you own a home, you need to listen up. I have a special offer for you. Go ahead and get your phone out. I'm putting a QR code on the screen right now. You're going to want to swipe it because windows and doors, one of the most important parts of your home for sure, and there's one place to call if you have any issues with your windows or doors, and that's Renewal by Andersen, joined as always by Dan Brigman. Dan, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Justin. How are you today?
And for the first time, not his television debut, I'm hearing Eric Clay is here. Eric, how are you, sir? Welcome.
Great, Justin, thanks.
So windows, a lot of people don't know they need them. They don't know how important they are to the house. What you do is real design consulting for people at home who think maybe it's time I get my windows updated, but this is a free service. You go to their house. How does that work, Eric?
Well, basically what we'll do is we'll set up a consultation. We'll go into their house. We'll look and see what your current windows look like. And if we see some issues that maybe we want to take a look at and investigate a little further, then what we'll do is we'll see if we have something that will work out better for your solution. Such as, you could have a single pane window. We want to go ahead and upgrade and get you more energy efficiency.
And it's not just energy efficiency, which is huge, especially with the electricity bills now, but also they look so much better.
Way better. So there's not a better looking window than a Renewal by Andersen window on the market.
And some people, Dan, are concerned about maybe the cost. Your costs are incredibly competitive with the windows you're selling, but also you offer programs for making the payment very easy.
Absolutely. Look, payment is, we don't want payment to be a reason that you do not purchase windows from us. As a matter of fact, the energy savings, the real estate value gain on this, but at the end of the day, windows are essentially free these days. Yeah.
Dan, always a pleasure to see you. Eric, great to meet you. You better come back and see us as well. Here's the deal. These windows pay for themselves. It's going to save you every month on your electricity bill. No interest, easy payments. Renewal by Andersen. Welcome back to the show. I'm super excited about this segment, and it's because, your questions, the reason you watch the show is because you really want to know what's going on in this market. You want to see what houses are for sale in this market, and you want to know if it's going to go up or down. Those are very valid questions. two amazing agents join me right now. Tai Phan is here. Hi, Tai. Welcome back. How are you, buddy?
Thanks for having me back, man. Pleasure.
Good. You got it. James McQueen for the first time. What's up, brother? Good to see you.
Super excited to be on the show, man.
Matt Buckley.
Matt Buckley, man.
Love that guy.
Yep, the Buckley Group.
Yeah, let's talk.
Florida.
Let's talk about this market that we're in right now. And again, I always want to be transparent. Like, I don't want to lie to you. You know, our job here is to really tell people what's going on out there. And I told you earlier in the show that I'm bullish on it. I'm bullish on this market. What do you feel?
I feel the same way. I mean, the motto around Florida is you really can't build them fast enough.
Yeah.
We've got so many people that are coming from all over the world, like you said earlier, that you really can't go wrong long term. I mean, you're buying in an area that is the most sought out state in the country and one of the most sought out areas in the entire world.
That's true.
So to invest in Florida is a safe investment.
And it seems like there are obviously different price points on houses. So you've got, say, like the $300,000 range, $500,000, $700,000, over $1 million. And Tai, I know you've been working in the luxury market quite a bit.
Yeah.
Where is sort of a sweet spot for a buyer right now? Is there one price point where it's easier to buy a house?
You know, that's a great question. It really depends on the individual buyer.
Yeah.
I mean, it really depends on their current scenarios, that they're looking for a primary home or they're looking for a investment property. I think the national average right now in Orlando, we're looking at the average point of 385.
Yeah.
385,000 is where the sweet spot is right now.
Got it. And when you talk about investment properties, and this is for both of you, I mean, look, we all have investments, maybe an IRA, 401k, whatever it is. And the last couple of years have been scary, a little nerve-wracking, honestly. And I don't know how great I feel about my brokerage account over the next year or two. There's a lot of unknowns out there.
Yeah.
And one option, obviously, as opposed to being in the stock market or whatever it is real estate. I mean, how do you feel about investing in real estate right now?
Real estate was always a safe bet. Real estate will always be that hedge against inflation, and because you're always appreciating. So the property you buy, you're always making money every month that goes by.
Right.
So and the thing with real estate is it's never one set solution. You can invest in many different angles at many different times.
The counter argument, James, to that, and I don't know if you're around in 2000, late 7, early 2008, I was, the economy sort of collapsed, and the real estate market in Florida absolutely went just disastrous. It was terrible. I don't see anything like that happening again. I really don't. Do you see a possibility of 2008 happening again?
I think we're in a different situation. Back then, that was more of a willingness. People were unwilling to go and buy a home because they looked at it as a burden. Now the situation that we're in is more about the ableness because of the rates. So because of that, combined with the supply and demand, it's not going to be a overall crash. I think we could see a slow correction, but as far as like a huge dip, I believe it's all fear created by the news.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Now, I mean, clearly I think there are some families that have been priced out of the Windermere's, the Winter Parks, and maybe even sort of city center type. That has happened, I get it. But there are other areas that have popped up that still are, somewhat affordable. You spend a lot of time in Volusia County. I know you do. I always call it sort of the southwest Volusia County area where the DeLand, DeBerry, Deltona, that area. How are the price points there compared to, say, a Winter Park?
Well, DeLand and Deltona and DeBerry, they're going to be a little bit lower than Winter Park, obviously. Winter Park, Lake Mary, that area in Seminole counties, moving up more towards the luxury area. However, we are starting to see price increases just all over, mostly from the lack of inventory.
Right.
You see homes in DeLand that are selling in the high 400s now, and that's not something we're used to seeing.
Got it. And you brought a couple properties here to show us as well, James. I'd like to talk about these so we can get an idea what's really on the market now.
Yes.
Shorecrest, where is this?
Shorecrest is in Deltona. It is in the Deltona Lakes community. Year built 1966. We have a 4-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,400 living square feet. And we got a nice fence here.
Yeah, it's a hell of a fence there. No dogs get out of that. It's like Osama bin Laden's place almost.
It's a compound. It's a compound. Yeah, and it comes with the shed, and I like how the patio kind of exceeds back into the fence. You can see they got like a little like a basketball court area. So really good for like a new family.
Of course,
you know,
$275.
$275.
That's a great deal in this market. And then you start thinking about your mortgage payment on $275, and I like to compare what your mortgage payment would be versus what it would cost to rent the place. You can own this so much cheaper per month than it would be to rent this. It's no question in my mind.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And then also down, is this Lady? What?
This is
I can't read Derek Moser's handwriting.
Lady Diana Drive.
Lady Diana Drive. Yes. All right. Where is this one?
This is in beautiful Davenport, Florida.
Okay.
And this is what I love about Florida. There's just so many beautiful little communities throughout the entire state. I mean, Davenport is such a nice community south of Orlando. This is listed at $368,900, built in 1998. We have a 4.2, almost 2,000 living square feet, 1954. We have brand new roof, brand new HVAC, brand new carpets in all 4 bedrooms, new appliances, open kitchen floor plan so you can eat inside. And it's also right when you turn into the subdivision. The subdivision is Regency Place Phase 1, and it's right next to the community pool.
You want to see either of these properties? I have good news for you. James will show them to you right now. Literally this weekend, he will show you these properties. You could go from a renter to an owner right this very second. 407-205-0400. Awesome places there. Now, I know that you do work in the luxury market quite a bit. What does that mean? What price is luxury market?
It really depends. I mean, everyone has their own variation of what they consider luxury, but typically luxury is usually reaching the 7 to the 8 figures is what you're looking at right now. And the entry market's very interesting.
You say 8 figures?
Yeah, 8 figures, 7 to 8 figures, right? So
I don't know much about that.
Exactly. But I find the luxury market very interesting because obviously people think luxury, oh, that's extravagant. I mean, there's an element to that. Let's be real. But when I work with my luxury clients, what I see is the hard work and dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifice it took to get them to get to that property, right? So I love hearing the stories, and I just love interacting with my clients.
I do too. What do you think right now, in a word? Are we in a buyer's market or seller's market?
I think we're in both right now. It's a great time to buy. I mean, what people have to understand is that with the rise of the interest rates, there's a generation out there saying that 2.75 is still the norm, which is not the case.
No, it's not.
So keep in mind that even at the low 6s the high 6s and low 7s, people are, let's be real, their budget is down to a lower range. But you also keep in mind that sellers, their buyer sample size has dropped drastically. So the whole point of seller concessions now is back into play for our buyers.
Totally agree. Tai Phan, great to see you, buddy.
Absolutely.
Killed it as always.
Thank
Buyer's market or seller's market right now? What do you think?
I'd agree with my colleague here. It's kind of both at the same time. We have homes that are sitting on the market for 90 plus days, and we can totally utilize closing costs paid for by the seller and negotiating strategies. At the same time, we're also getting into bidding wars for homes that's been on the market in a highly sought out neighborhood after one day. So it's both and so that's what everybody wants to know. Is they want to know, oh, what's the surefire answer for, are we in a seller's market? Are we in a buyer's market? Well, there's a lot of things happening at the same time.
Excellent.
And so this is Florida. And at the end of the day, everybody wants to live here. And so that can create different situations for multiple areas.
Great to meet you. Thank you very much. Most importantly, thank you for joining me this weekend and every weekend for You Have Real Estate. I'm attorney Justin Clark, and I'll see you next week for You Have Real Estate.
You can be an agent that struggles to get ahead in the competitive real estate world, or you can learn from the best and achieve success. Visit youhaveafutureinrealestate.com and sign up for the Jumpstart program. Get coaching tips and important tools that will help you jumpstart your real estate career. Sign up today and get 10% off your Jumpstart program when you use code word LEARN. Visit youhaveafutureinrealestate.com today and gain the real estate knowledge you need to succeed.
Do I ever have a very special gift for you today? Compliments our good friends over at Universal Roof and Contracting. 15% off your roofing job. The roof is the most important part of your house. No doubt about it. Welcome my good friends as always, Justin and Corey. How are you today?
Good, man, good. Thank you.
The roof is the most important part of the house, but sometimes deciding who your roofing company is going to be is the most important decision as well. Culture is everything.
Sure.
When determining who's going to do your roofing job, Universal, the culture over there blows me away. Trustworthy. Tell me about the culture at Universal.
Yeah, I mean, 30 years in the making, right? Family-owned, veteran-owned, same name and ownership over the past 3 decades. We're so proud to be so rooted in Orlando, and we have offices in Jacksonville and Southwest Florida, but the honest approach, the integrity we carry, working transparently with insurance companies and homeowners alike. I mean, we approach roofing the way an honest company really should.
Trusted by some of the biggest sports teams in Florida as well.
That's right. That's right. We this past season we were the one of the partners with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which was awesome. They had a great season this year too. And then just coming next month, the XFL, the Orlando Guardians. We are the official roofer for the Orlando Guardians, so we're excited to go out to those games and see everybody there. So it'll be great.
A roof can be expensive. You created great programs to make this roof not cost prohibitive for me.
Yeah, I mean, last thing we're going to do is take food off people's plates to afford a roof. So we have a ton of flexible financing plans that just keeps things very liquid for homeowners, even if they don't want to use their own money, even if they have it at the time, you know, so we offer that as well for every roof replacement.
I have this QR code on the screen right now. Get your phone out or go to their website, but the QR code will go directly to Justin and Corey, and literally you get 15% off. But guys, you're going to come to my house and tell me what I really need, honestly.
Absolutely, yeah. Free inspection, first of all. It does cost nothing for us to come out. We're going to sit down with you, hear what you like about your roof, what you don't like about your roof, what problems you've had, and come up with a custom scope of work that makes sense for you.
Always a pleasure to see you both. There's only one company we trust when it comes to roofing. That is Universal Roof and Contracting. Here we are at Wash City Car Wash. 4 locations, many more on the way. For $1 a day, you can come here and wash your car anytime you want. So happy to be joined by Dave and Tim. Guys, how are you?
Great.
I can never figure out why anyone in the world wouldn't want to wash their own car. $1 a day. You must say it is cheaper to join and become a member here than it is to go buy products yourself, isn't it?
Sure.
And this Wash City is just different. You guys are far superior to other places. What makes you different?
Well, I think one is the amenities that we offer. You know, a lot of car washes nowadays, you pull into the car wash, you pay, and you go through. We have a station up front. It's self-prep. There's soap containers and brushes and sponges and truck brushes to where you can self-prep your vehicle and get those hard to reach areas or somewhere that you may have a little bird dropping or whatever it is and bugs on the front, and get it extra good before going through the car wash.
It's also fast, Tim, very quick in and out, whether you want to do the inside yourself or not. You can be through in 2 minutes if you really want to. And I think people are scared sometimes going to the car washes where they do all this prep for you. You've got to wait 30, 45 minutes at times. That is not the case here at Wash City.
No, here you're in and out of the wash, like you said, through the wash in 2 minutes. If you don't stop at our vacuum areas, you're in and out of the property within 5.
And if you do not keep your car clean, especially in Florida with the love bugs, it can really damage your car.
Sure. Correct.
And that's why this membership, I think, for $1 a day is fantastic. Not only are you keeping your car clean, making it look good, but it's also saving you money on having to get new paint or a new car. Right. It's important as well.
Yeah, I mean, they say, your vehicle is your second biggest investment. I don't know if you call it an investment, but purchase in your lifetime. So, why not protect that purchase and keep it looking good for the future? And a clean car feels good.
Clean car feels good, and it's important. Wash City Car Wash, the only place we go to keep our cars clean. I'm attorney Justin Clark. If you're in debt and find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, call me now or visit youhavepower.com today.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.